I'm all about in this podcast about the thoughts that you have, right? And the thoughts that lead you to success. And so you just mentioned a little bit, Julissa, about your vision board. So is that just something you say to people, or do you really have a vision board?
No, I have it. It's in my room right now. I do a vision board every year. I've been doing it for the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
And yet last year was the vision board that for the first time, I can honestly say last year I had it outside of my closet, because I will make them and then, you're just like, put it in the closet. I did it. Last year, I left it up and I was like, I'm going to look at it and whatever happens, it's fine. And everything, at least 80% of what I put on there came into fruition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that taught me everything I needed to know. Like this year, I made it again and I have it up where I could see it, versus it being like a past thought. Oh, I did it. That's it. It's in my vision. It's fine. No, these things it's true. Like you have to see them. It's so real. It's so real to see them, because you constantly have it on the forefront versus, okay, I did the vision board. If you don't have it up and you did it in the beginning of the year, by May, you ain't thinking about that.
Yeah, it's bringing it up.
And so for me, like seeing it constantly does something for me. Maybe not everybody, maybe everybody doesn't work the same way. But for me, and seeing what it did for me last year, I will not stop doing them. I will do them every year until I made it. And even then some.
Yeah. Well, I try to make sure I tell people whenever we're in coaching sessions or in, groups, I say, out of sight, out of mind. Right. And so when you make these goals, you make these dreams and you put them off in even a journal, like I love a journal, but they're in there. It could be on page 167. But you need to have that up where it comes up on your phone, maybe once a month, or it comes up in different places. And so I like to hear that, that you put it up there in front of people. Khalilah, do you do? How do you do it?
See, I have a little bit of a different take on it. I've been doing vision boards for years, and I used to put them up on my wall and keep them up. And what I found was there were times when I would be looking at my vision board and then obsessing about all the things that I didn't have that were on my vision board, because I'm looking at it all the time and I'm like, I'm focusing my attention. I'm keeping my mind on the things I want. Where are they? And so it started to work in the reverse for me, I believe, because it became this thing of being so conscious that I didn't have it. So for me, something I found that worked, I don't know if people are familiar with Esther Hicks and Abraham and all that, but one of their strategies was using a creation box. And so it's essentially the same thing, grabbing images, phrases, whatever, things that represent what you want. And then, there's a prayer you say over the box, and I put them in the box and put it away. And what I found was that once I gave it my attention, gave it my intention, and released it, that's when those things would start to come to me, because I know for sure there are things I put in that box that came to be. Yeah. And I was like, oh, because maybe I just have an obsessive personality in that way. I would just look at it all day and wonder where it is. So I think it just depends on how you process and how your mind works,
I love the differences there. And, what we call that, Khalilah, is the law of detachment.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
The law of detachment. And so, and I think people misunderstand the law of detachment. They think, oh, I can just do it, and it means I'm just detached. I don't care anymore. Indifference is different. Yeah.
Yes, that's different.
Being detached from it. You're putting it out there into the universe and saying, I already know this is coming. Do your best. It's yeah.